right, thanks for joining us, brother.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure. I saw your Instagram post and I was like, damn, that looks like a fun time.
Love it.
You know, and then you texted me. So I was
We're
like,
catching
whoa.
steam.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, it's definitely unique. We're in a
different.
truck. Yeah, it's different.
It's different.
For sure.
Way different.
Well, all right. So, elephant in the room. We definitely have a funny story. We have a special guest, Josh. Thanks for joining us as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, bro.
So I've been playing college football for longer than most people. This is my 6th year, or going on year 6.
That might be the new norm
because
now,
of COVID.
Yeah, you got your contract extended.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You got the extra year. And the craziest thing that's ever happened to a football team that I've been a part of happened last week. And Josh is a part of it.
Josh is it.
Josh is it. And man, to be honest, it's one of the craziest and most interesting things I've been a part of. So crazy that Brad actually sent me the story this morning. LA Times, they're talking about you. So I mean, like we could just go right
Let's
into
just
it.
go. Let's go. Josh, it's your floor. It's your floor. All I want to know is, and I tried to ask you this outside. Why? Like, why? And for people that don't know, I'm gonna give it to you, Josh. You tell us what happened.
When I was just in the John McKay Center, and
But how'd you get into the John McKay Center?
well, I snuck in, and the lady that was the custodian, she was coming out the room and had the little, all of the equipment. So I snuck in. She saw all the USC stuff, so she was like, okay, he probably go here. And I just went in the cold tub for like 2 hours and was
2 hours.
No, I was no.
Wow.
I was switching between the cold tub and the hot tub.
For
and
2 hours.
You're
yeah,
contrasting.
I was just chilling and
Wait, your contrast? Did you work out before or why?
yeah, I worked out before. I
You're on
did.
that
I
bike.
did.
Where'd you work out?
By the Coliseum. But no. But was I by the Coliseum?
Like
I was by the Coliseum.
like a full body,
Like on the field?
like a workout, full body workout.
No, I just do I do like track.
Oh, you're on the
stretches.
track.
Yeah.
No, I just do track routine stretches like the
Okay.
A skips, B skips, C
I got you.
skips,
Okay.
some bounds, some squats,
Mm-hmm.
and pull ups and push ups and some sit ups. So after that, I rode my bike over there, and then I got in there and I was in there for about 2 hours, switching between the cold tub and the hot tub, and
That's incredible.
then I left, and then I seen Coach Clay Helton. He was in there, playing golf. But then I was going to talk to him right then. I was like, man, I want to go talk to him and tell him who I am, and hopefully he could recruit me and
Yeah.
give me a scholarship or something, But I didn't want to disturb him or nothing like that. I didn't want to, just go in this space like that. So I left. I got something to eat, and I came back, and it was still open. I snuck in there. And
Where'd you sneak in? The locker room?
the same way I got in, that somebody let it open.
Yeah, the front. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went to the locker room and it was open, and I was just in there. I was starstruck, and I'm like, man, this USC. They got helmets everywhere, and
That's kind of clean though.
yeah,
Like for you, definitely since you've always looked up to USC football, like for you to finally be in the locker room, like
Finally.
aside the fact that you snuck in, which is something else on its own, but for you to be there, that's pretty incredible. Like
Yeah.
that's a really good eye-opening experience, quite honestly.
I mean, like that's more than I've ever done at USC. Like I got recruited by USC, and I didn't ever see the locker room.
Yeah.
And I was a USC fan growing up, so I'm like, I'm kind of jealous of you.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I'll be on.
Hey, so I get in there, and I got a helmet, and I got a jersey, number 87s, and somebody gave me some shorts, and then
So wait, time out. There's other
Wait.
people in the locker room at this point?
somebody gave me some shorts. I forgot his name, and then I got some cleats.
Yeah.
And then
you
I
took
just-
our receivers cleats.
Yeah, number 17.
Yeah,
number
he was
17.
looking for him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
took those cleats.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
And I walked
So
out.
are players outside at this point?
Yeah, they all out.
So everyone's outside practicing. So you're in the locker room at the time that everyone's outside practicing, and you're just going to like the different lockers and grabbing
Looking
equipment.
for-
Yeah, I'm just
Look at
grabbing pieces.
But people are giving him stuff too, right? Is that
No,
what-
just one person gave me some shorts. That was it.
so the
Okay.
equipment manager or something?
No, he played on the team.
Oh, you
But I
asked him
forgot
for
who he
shorts?
was. I
Okay.
forgot. I'm like, you got some shorts real quick?
Yeah.
And
Did
just
he
gave me
know
some-
that you were a teammate or?
He knew I wasn't no teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he was just playing along with it, like, man, just let this dude,
Yeah.
fulfill his dream. Or,
Seriously.
Do you know who it was?
I know who he was. He went
I
to,
don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear
No
that.
names?
No
Okay.
names.
Yeah,
No names.
no,
no
I'm-
names.
but the dude, that's the crazy thing about this story. Like, I met him years ago. Like,
Oh, wow.
I just forgot his
Wow.
name, but he went to Mater Dei.
Okay.
And he was cool. The first time I met him, he was with his dad,
Okay.
and he was pretty cool. But that's the end of that story. But yeah, he gave me some shorts, and I got some cleats, and I walked out there, man. I was like, wow.
Confident.
Yeah, and then they would have the punt returns going. So I'm like, man, I
I
played
saw
punt
you.
return.
I saw
I
you.
caught the first one, but then
Yeah.
I dropped two.
You dropped 2.
Well, I dropped one, and then the other one like went like
Yeah.
somewhere
So
else.
you
I
just
couldn't
walked out and you were like, "Hey,
I just
I'm
walked out
in.
like I was
Just tapped in.
like I was coming
You're-
late from study hall or something.
Wait, time out. I'm sorry. So you saw him. Everybody
saw
else on the
him.
team saw
Yeah.
him. What were the coaches thinking?
Nobody said nothing.
Nobody said anything.
They was like, oh, that's him. Like,
That's him."
yeah. And I'm like, man, come on, let's go. And then there was like punt return drills and stuff like that. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Punt return
So-
drills. So you're out there catching punts. You drop one.
I dropped.
Like,
I
so
caught
did
the
you
first
get
one.
coached after you dropped the ball, or
Nah, they was just
All right, so walk me through your mindset though, because earlier you were in the cold tub, and then while you were in the training room, did you know already in your head I'm gonna come out to practice the next day,
Nah.
or was it just off the wind?
No, it was the same day.
Right.
It was the same day, but I didn't know the locker room was gonna be open. Somebody was cleaning inside the locker room.
Right.
So I'm like,
So originally you were not gonna go to practice, but then you saw it
Yeah.
open, and then you were set. You just had the opportunity to do it.
right.
Okay. Is that what it was?
Right.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna be honest, like I was looking for some other like clothes to get up in
Mm,
there, and I'm
yeah.
like, wow, it's open. And like it was a gang of stuff out there I could have, took, but I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do that to my teammates,
For sure.
Like I ain't about to steal no phones and
Yeah.
nothing like that. Get a helmet, get a jersey.
Yeah.
go out there and
go to
ball?
practice,
Go
yeah.
out there and ball.
That'd
What
been-
did you think? Like, what was best case scenario for you? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Did you think you were gonna get through the whole practice, do like
Yeah.
7-on-7 and
Like-
team,
like a
or you know what I'm
scholarship,
saying?
or-
Like,
Yeah,
because like outside looking in, like sooner or later people were gonna find out, right?
yeah, especially with the number I had on, they was probably like, man, this dude.
Well, so funny enough, that's my roommate, number 87, and he
Yeah.
wasn't practicing that day.
What?
So I don't know if it just kind of
Oh, that's
worked out.
time-
I don't know if
that's
it was
fate.
coincidence
Yeah,
or
exactly.
It was between 87 and what else was it? Another 80 number,
Mhm.
and it was 21, the white jersey. But I don't play defense.
Right.
I could play defense. I
Oh,
could
so
play
you
defense.
knew. So you knew.
You knew.
Like I need to be on O. That's where they use my skill set.
I need to be on offense, sliding the outside receiver, catch some post routes, and
Yeah.
some post corners, and some goal routes,
Yeah.
off coverage play.
So you're really like intentional about playing for USC then.
Not I would play for the only reason why I love USC so much because I grew up down the street.
Yeah.
Basically, I stayed in Inglewood, LA.
Yeah.
So
what would your recruiting pitch be to Clay Helton then, if you could talk to him right now? Why should he give you?
He's
a
listening,
shot?
by the way.
An opportunity. Yeah.
why would he? Why should he?
Why should he
Yeah.
offer you a scholarship?
Yeah. Or an opportunity.
tryout, yeah.
Yeah.
A tryout.
Man, I feel like I really deserve just a shot. Really, because I really love USC, bro. Like I really love USC football. But I'll go somewhere else though. Like I got my mind open for other schools. But if they decide to take me, I'm not gonna look back. I'm not gonna
Of course.
think about no other schools if they, let me have whatever number I want and
Well, you were telling us before you on number 5 as well, right?
yes, I want number 5. I want number 5 or number 3.
You want
Yeah.
to
Or
unretire
no-
number 5.
Yeah,
Or
number
number
5's
zero.
retired.
Number 5.
That's Reggie
the
Bush.
that's the thing though. Like, why do they retire jerseys and they know it's other great people coming behind them?
I mean, he's a legend. He's probably the best running back in college football history.
No. Well, okay, yeah, he is for our generation of us growing up.
Yeah.
He knows his football, by the way.
He knows his football.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
he knows his stuff.
Okay. So, like, walk me through the story, though. You played high school football.
I didn't get to play high school.
Okay.
In the 12th grade.
I got you.
That was my year to really, really go out there because I was working out with USC players like Trey Madden, and his dad. His dad coaches for Mission Viejo.
Yeah.
Jaleel Penner, Marquise Lee, all of them. I was working out with all of them this summer before I went to Crenshaw High School. So we played the first game against who? I think it was Loyola. Yeah. Maybe, probably, or but it was the Long Beach Poly game. I got kicked off the team. They thought I stole a coach's phone, and I didn't steal his phone, but they was like, we got dead weight on the team. They thought I wasn't contributing, but I would always go out there and work hard. Like I was always out there working with them.
Of course,
but I came kind of late over there to they program. I was transferring from Morningside. I should have stayed at Morningside in Inglewood, but they wasn't that good. Nothing against Morningside. Nothing against Morningside, but they just wasn't. I could have balled out there, but Crenshaw High School, I went there because they got all that legacy with D'Anthony Thomas and all them good players. So I'm like, man, I could go over there and do something.
So that was a few years ago, though, right?
That was 2014.
So you're 25 years old right now.
Yeah.
And so what have you been doing since then? And maybe you can enlighten the audience a little bit on your current situation and what you're doing right now.
Well, what I was doing after high school, I was still working out with Deshaun Jackson brother, Byron Jackson. He was like a track coach, a mentor to me, still is. We still cool. And I would work out with him all the time at Fox Hills Park. He taught me basically everything about being a wide receiver. We would do drills, cone drills, work out with catching the ball and doing routes, how to get off the jam and all of that, and learning, defenses and everything like that. And I was consistent with it. I was really working out all the time. Like that's all I would do was work out.
So where are you staying during this time?
I was living with my auntie in Inglewood.
Okay.
And I was really on a real hard workout from between 2014 to 2017.
Yeah.
But then things come up. You can't really play football. I couldn't play football, all day.
Yeah.
I got to get a job, like a little security job, and take care of myself because I'm independent. Like I could go out there and hustle and
of course
get out there and apply myself. So that's what was happening, and I got into trucking, driving trucks, got a CDL, and I loved it. I don't anything I do, I put my all into it, and I don't regret nothing I did, But something else happened, after that, and it led me here.
Yeah.
And I really believe in, I'm a they call me a church boy or whatever, but I do believe in Jesus though, and it's everything happened for a reason, and I feel like I'm right here for a reason, like in this van having this podcast for a reason. So, like I said, I never gave up on my goal to play football or baseball or none of that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude,
we here now.
I appreciate you sharing that, and
probably got a little deep, but
yeah, it got deep. But from the outside looking in, I commend you for doing that.
Thank
being
you, bro.
able to walk into that locker room, step out on that practice field. I'd hope that someone at USC sees this and gives you an opportunity.
For real.
Whether that's on the field or off the field.
Yeah.
Working working with the equipment guys or something like that. Yeah. You deserve that. Like you say, whatever you do, you give your all and you show how much passion that you have with what you're doing.
Yeah, for real.
So I appreciate you being on here too.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for
respect,
having me on
man.
here, man.
Yeah,
Respect,
bro. I think we all
you.
have a lot of respect, bro. Like that kind of persistence you don't see very often.
No.
The first thing that came to my mind was Leonardo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
No, I ain't saying.
I was thinking more Invincible.
Mark Wahlberg. I seen that one, but I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for sure, bro. You got anything else for Josh?
Nah, man. I appreciate you. Hopefully you get a chance to be with the USC team. At some point, or at least show up to a game and they give you some tickets because you deserve it.
Yeah,
man, I'm trying to win a Heisman Trophy, man.
That's the goal.
I'm trying to really
Heisman Trophy's the goal.
Not even that, like win championships with my team. Like That's the first thing. Like win games and get on the field and actually be scoring and getting yards.
Now here's a
and-
question: if UCLA offered you the opportunity and not USC, would you take it still?
Yeah. But they got to get Nike though. They got to have some Nike gear. Like,
That's the most important at the end of the day.
I mean,
What type of
Jordan is cool, but I
You
like
like Jordan?
That. I like that Nike, man.
Yeah,
Nike.
Nike's different.
Yeah,
No doubt.
that's what's up, man. Well, dude, we appreciate you coming on, and yeah, hope
He about to
everything
win the
goes well.
Heisman. You gonna win the Heisman?
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
Feel me?
You wrap it up.
But championships though, Rose Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're all rooting for you, bro. Seriously, we all are.
It's about a team,
We're
though.
all
Not
rooting
just
for it.
about me. It's about
Yeah.
the team. You know what I mean?
For sure. Well, the team and you.
Fight on.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh.
Hey,
For
we've
sure.
been back.
Hey, and we're back.
And we're back.
That was we've never done anything like that. We had
Yeah.
a special guest.
Appearance and
Yeah, Josh.
incredible story.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that, honestly.
Yeah, you guys didn't have that at Miami.
No, we actually did.
Really?
Really?
We actually did. I think he came and took a shower. The guy and our security acted fast. We got like
Wow.
the FBI over at Miami. You know
Oh
what
my
I mean?
gosh.
So it was like
Yeah,
5 minutes.
You guys didn't have to do all that. Come on, bro. Dude, just wanted to take a shower.
Yeah.
Like,
We didn't do FBI. We
Yeah.
just had like 2 DPS cars, right? Like a few DPS cars, whatever. Yeah.
wow.
I guess we have a different security system. So
I mean,
Yeah.
it is different over there at Miami, man. And I think
it's true.
that's what I really wanted to talk to you about. Is like, I went to Harvard. Harvard
Nice.
football is
Flex.
no, no, not like that. But like Harvard football is like,
The
you know,
home that Fitzpatrick built.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah, I
right.
like that.
But it's not. It's definitely not Miami football
Right.
by any means.
Right.
Fan base, games, stadium,
Right.
environment. Just tell me about it. Like I'm so curious
Yeah.
to hear about your experience. And you're the starting quarterback. That's
Right.
killing it, crushing it, right?
Since
I got-
freshman year, too.
Since freshman year
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting because it's like it's like the biggest small city ever, and you can agree
Yeah.
with me on that.
Really.
And it's like, like people think that we filled out the arenas, filled
Yeah.
out the stadiums, but unless we were undefeated at the time, like we wouldn't get the packed crowd. But like
you serious?
opening
Yeah.
3
Really?
weeks, 4 weeks, if we were 4-0, 3-0,
Yeah.
sure thing. And that when it was rocking, it was like rocking, and it was like there's no. I mean, same with USC. It's like there's
Right.
no place like it. I mean, I always say Miami is like the USC of the East Coast, vice versa.
Mm.
But it was awesome, man. I mean, it was obviously coming from LA to Miami, it's a
Right.
culture shock. And I didn't really get a chance to get caught up in the nightlife for my first couple of years because, yeah, as Mo mentioned, I started from. I mean, I literally like left my prom in high school, and like 3 months later, I was
Sheesh.
playing against Louisville.
Ooh.
I remember
as a
watching that
freshman.
game.
That's
It was a
freaking-
night game,
that's
right?
It
sick.
was a night game, and like
Yeah.
my third play, I literally got like
Rocked.
Like it felt like my jaw flew off my chin.
Wow.
But no, I mean, it was awesome, man. It was a great, 2.5 years. So
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
That's
I mean,
a t-
maybe USC. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
maybe an SC experience. So you left your prom. 3 months later, you're playing against Louisville.
Prime time. I remember watching
Yeah.
that game as a kid, too.
It's like,
Bro.
yeah.
what was the holiday? Was it Labor Day?
It was Labor Day.
It was Labor Day.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind?
What year is this? Sorry.
Like,
This is 2014 or 2014.
And before you
I
answer
think,
that, were you with the girl that you went to for prom?
Ooh.
We weren't together at the time, but
Did you
she
bring-
did show up.
Oh, she was at the game.
She did show. I appreciated that.
Don't
That's
bring
the-
sand to the
that's-
beach. That's
Right.
my advice today.
What does that mean?
Come on, that makes sense. Don't bring sand to the beach. This dude is a starting quarterback at the University of Miami.
Yeah. Oh, that's it right
At
there.
18.
20
At
minutes.
18.
I think you're at the 20-minute mark when I got rocked
Okay.
right there. It might have
You
been.
got the game pulled up. Is this legal?
Let's see it. That might be it. That might be the play where I literally got rocked. Maybe not. I don't know.
Was that the play you were rolling out
Never mind.
and he kind of hit you a little late?
You guys ran a pro style offense.
My freshman year. Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh no, this play literally I freaking freaked out. Don't even show that play. I picked up for a touchdown. Horrible play. Yeah.
You
yeah,
threw
yeah.
it backwards?
Backwards pass. And then they picked it up and ran it back. I think. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It's so hard to
So-
start at quarterback at 18. Like
Right.
I look back at my freshman year, I was the furthest thing from ready.
Right.
Physically, mentally, everything. Like I don't know, maybe it's different at receiver. Maybe you could speak to it, but at quarterback, you need to command the offense, the entire team.
Right.
Like you learn an entire system. It's almost a
Right.
new language in 2
Right.
months.
And
Well, yeah, I mean,
Especially pro style. You're
Yeah.
not just spread, you
Right.
know. Simple
Well, actually,
concepts.
because I thought I was going through my second semester my senior year as if I was just gonna show up and chill and be a red shirt.
Yeah.
And then the starting quarterback blew his knee out. And then our coach was like, "You need to find a way to get here like early."
Wow.
So I actually was the first person from my high school I think ever to leave early in the second semester. Like they froze my grades, and I left like from prom.
Wow.
And I literally like they sent me the playbook. I mean, I learned it in a month or so, and then I was off. So
you just left.
fast track it.
So
Yeah.
why'd you go to Miami? Because I heard
Yeah.
that you had a chance to stay here.
Right.
And I'm sure if you had those two schools, you had a ton
Yeah,
of schools.
I mean, like growing up, I mean, just like this guy right here, I loved USC. Like that was my dream school. And then when I got to high school, Miami actually offered me like that was my first scholarship. And USC was recruiting someone that was like out of state, and I was like, I was kind of salty about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna go off and blaze my own path.
Yeah.
Right.
And then right after Lane Kiffin got fired, I actually got offered like by Ed Ogeron.
Hey.
And Clay helped. Actually, Clay. I think
Ed's a
Clay
good
was the
guy,
one who
too.
called me.
He's
Yeah.
a
He was
good
the
guy.
offensive coordinator at the time, right?
Clay was the OC, and Ed was the head coach. And then like literally like the day after Kiffin got fired, Clay was at my school. Like watched me play.
Yeah.
Called me like the very next day. He was like, "Hey man, I'll give you a scholarship. Everyone else is gonna come call him, but just know like we're home." And I was like, "Damn, that's badass."
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Coach O was like, "Hey man, we got number 15 ready for you when Nelson Aguilar leaves. Is your
Wow,
number?"
That's huge.
I still have like voicemails from him, I think, in my old phone.
Wow.
That's
And I was like,
incredible.
I was like, damn, like
That's huge,
Maybe
man.
I should.
Yeah.
I considered it, but I stayed true to my commitment and my word.
yeah.
So
Love that.
stayed with Miami, but yeah, who knows? In another reality, what USC
That's
could have been
it.
like. I don't know, could have been vibing.
Yeah.
with Mo or
Yeah.
With the
something.
boys on the truck. Well, we're here anyway.
Yeah,
so.
we're here. We made
Yeah,
it happen.
We made it.
Made it happen. So what about Miami? Did you grow up watching those teams, and was there some sort of relationship with the city or the team, or like what about them drew you?
Yeah, I just I mean like USC, Miami just played with like a certain level of like swagger. It was like
Definitely.
like growing up, it was like you always like you think of like USC, Miami. I don't think Alabama was even
No,
even
they
like
weren't.
that.
Yeah,
it
they
wasn't.
weren't really like
Maybe
that.
Texas because they had
Texas.
Vince Young.
Texas with Colt McCoy in them, or are you
Vince
talking
Young,
about
at that
Vince
time.
Young?
And
That was
was
a squad.
Shepard? Was it the receiver Shepard? Something like that. He was a ghost.
I don't know.
Nah, not
No, it was
Sterling
before
Shepard.
that.
What are you talking? Texas receiver?
Texas
Yeah.
receiver. What was his name? Colt, or is it? Oh, gosh,
Colt
we got to get a name.
quarterback.
Shipley.
Colt
Shipley.
McCoy.
Oh,
Oh,
Jordan
Jordan Shipley.
Jordan
He was
Shipley.
a great
He was a guy.
NCAA
Yeah,
player.
great NCAA player, right? I don't know what happened
For
with
Texas.
NFL, but he was
Yeah.
a great NCAA
Yeah.
player.
Those were the
Yeah.
squads growing up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I and actually I remember like watching Miami play Nebraska in the Rose Bowl, and I remember like LA being flooded with like orange and green and like red and white, and I was like, damn, like that's like
Yeah.
Miami's pretty badass. Like I watched that game, they blew them
Yeah.
out, and I always kept them like in the back of my head. I was like, something about Miami I enjoy. And then like literally like that was my first offer. Like I used to wear like Miami sweaters, like and everyone was
Wow.
like, "Why do you love Miami?" I'm like, I don't know. I love like
Yeah.
the vibe. I love the
vibe.
U. I love the green and orange. And then yeah, they offered me like so. I mean,
It just worked
know,
out.
like just put it out there
Yeah.
into the ether and never know what happens. So yeah, from then on, I was like, I'm sold.
Dude, it's so funny because with me, it's almost the inverse. Me growing up
Right.
in Miami and coming out to LA. And it's also funny how at an early age, there's these moments that just imprint in you. Like you said with the Rose Bowl. So for me, it was coming out here every summer with my dad
Okay.
to the Bob Johnson quarterback camps. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Down in Orange County, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
a quarterback thing for sure.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
Definitely.
Well, it's a big thing.
That was where Mark Sanchez. That
exactly.
was his high school
yeah,
coach,
Mark,
right?
Rob Johnson, the
Yep.
Johnson family, obviously. So we'd
Yeah.
come here every summer, and I just loved the vibe. Like it just seemed like this is where quarterbacks play.
Yeah.
And it was always like Southern California. That's where they come from.
Yeah.
So if
Right.
you want to be an elite quarterback, that's where you go. And it was like
Right.
the Matt Barkley days, and
Yep.
I remember the Reggie Bush and the national championships,
Yep.
line art. It was always like
John David Booty is another one.
Booty,
Can't
yeah,
forget about him.
number 10.
This is a straight quarterback conversation.
Straight up.
All these names are going right over my head. Except
It's
Mark
trivia
Sanchez.
hour.
Well,
Yeah, seriously.
yeah. Well, like long story short, to me it was always like QBU, and it's not just that, but it was also the entire lifestyle of playing quarterback in LA. It's like you're surfing. We were just talking about
Hollywood,
surfing, right?
yeah.
Hollywood, La La Land, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was just completely enamored by it from an early age. So it's, just, it's funny how it's the inverse, though.
Yeah, we swapped. We passed by each other on American Airlines.
Crazy,
There you go.
right?
So did you take an official to Miami?
That was like to Miami.
Tell me how that was, because you're their prized possession. You're the quarterback coming in, about to change the program. They already in the back of their mind they know they're gonna stick you in a position to be successful. They're telling their players like, make sure this guy has a good time.
That party was crazy.
Well, here's the thing: is
Tell me, please tell me you did not go.
I think
out.
you know
Please don't
what I'm
tell
gonna
me.
say. I went with my high school girlfriend at the time.
I'm done with the pod.
Walk out. Why?
That just shows you what kind of man I was.
He's
back
a faithful
then.
man.
I'm kidding. I still am. I still am. So yeah,
You went with your high school girlfriend
I did.
to University of Miami, which I think
mistake.
the last time I looked, because I used to always look at like what the top party schools, and Mo can tell you, I'm not even a big party, but I like having people around me at that party because I love the energy.
Right.
But
That's why I
I'm
went to
pretty
Harvard, right?
Yeah,
which leads to the TikTok. But we'll talk about that.
we'll talk about that later. So I'm pretty sure it's like number 2 party school in the country.
Aside
Number
from
1
ASU, right?
ASU and like maybe like
it's up
Chico
there.
State or something.
Yeah.
So you took your high school girlfriend.
Right.
Okay, scratch that. So whatever, you took your high school girlfriend.
Yep.
I'm sure the players are still like, you gotta make sure he has a good time. Like, so what did you do on that recruiting trip besides go to dinner, visit the facilities, meet with the coaches, and have them, tell you that you're gonna be great and they can see you going to NFL? Like, what else did you do?
I mean, I really wasn't. It wasn't that all that extraordinary.
Wow.
I'll be honest. I mean, but we did go to some. I think we went to some nice restaurants. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we did the whole the Biltmore thing, which is the Miami insider thing.
Yeah.
Like Biltmore,
nice restaurant, yeah.
I was like, hey, I'll take it. I
Prime 112.
enjoyed it.
I think that's where they're taking the new recruits.
That's a new, that's a new
Yeah.
deal. Which I mean, I went there at some
Yeah.
point at Miami, but like at that point, I was like, you know what, like this is like, I'm not really trying to get sold on it. I'm just like, let me just play. Like, let me just like, strap it up.
I mean, from a coaching
like,
perspective, like you're probably the best type of player to have. Like, we ain't got to do nothing for this dude. Like, he's
and they
committed
knew
to
that.
us.
They knew that.
They knew that. Okay.
They didn't have to do anything. Bring out the sparklers and the bottles and the,
I would have.
bring out the extra recruiters. So I got my cookie cake and I was good.
You're good. You're like, this
I
guy.
bet coaches love that because I've heard the opposite, where like these high recruits, like the Tate Martells of the world.
Oh, yeah,
I've heard horror stories where they're just pulling up to, and
What'd you hear
they're
about
going
him?
out. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this.
Oh man.
Oh,
Wait, he went to Miami, right?
He did.
He went to
yeah.
Miami.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he did go to Miami.
Yeah.
But I'm
Quarterback
talking about
there.
like coming out of Bishop Gorman. He's
Okay.
like 5-star
Okay.
quarterback, whatever.
Yeah. So you got to throw the sparklers, the bottles, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, or like he's kind of known, like he gives that. I've never met the kid.
Yeah.
So like he could be great for all I know.
Yeah.
But like going out, the whole thing. And
Yeah. So I mean, you made me feel a lot better about going to Harvard and taking my officials to Harvard.
Right. I'm sure you had a great time. I mean, I've seen the Social Network, right? That movie,
Dude.
And,
Yeah.
for Harvard looked like it was a pretty fun time.
So what's funny is that bus that was busing a whole bunch of people, that was my final club.
okay.
Wait, so like these final clubs are like,
Yeah.
I always tell people, like the mixture of like a country club and like a frat.
The frat, right?
Right,
They're really
but-
hard to get into.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
That's yeah.
the Winklevosses
yeah,
made
yeah.
it seem that way. in the
Yeah,
Social
yeah.
Network, so-
Yeah, apparently they're kind of hard to get
Well,
into.
what's the final club story you were telling me where they would fly you out internationally and recruit
Oh, dude,
you?
like some final clubs would take it really seriously and like take people out of the country. Like
Wow.
it's like it'd be equivalent like a punch process, but like they're taking you everywhere, like trying to get you to join a club. It's great. Like it's a great bond that you join. Great networks and friendships that you can create. And
There
all
was
that
a
kind of
rumor
stuff.
too. Could you confirm or deny?
What?
Where if you don't make your first $1 million by the age
Oh,
of
age of 30,
25
yeah,
or something
that's-
like
that's
that,
supposed to be
they,
like the
they give
rumor
it
with-
to you, the alumni.
That's
They
supposed to
give
be
it
with
to
like
you.
Yeah.
the Brazilian club.
Yeah,
apparently.
Brazilian, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's
Is that
30,
accurate?
35. I didn't join that club. They did punch me, but I did not join that club.
Wow.
But
Say punch, you mean like a rush when you're rushing?
yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, it's like a rush
Okay.
situation, right? and they're trying to recruit you to join the club. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I know my roommate from freshman year is actually. I don't even know if you're supposed to disclose if you're in the club. But
wow, it's that secret.
Wow.
Low key.
Borderline Illuminati, Freemason.
It's like a cult, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a cult. But it's like Skull and Bones.
But dude,
Yale,
back
right?
to what you said about the busing. Like, I don't know if you sent me that video of the girl that created Call Her Daddy or Call Him Daddy.
Yeah,
or
can we
like
pull that up, Bolin?
So all those girls.
Alex Cooper.
What's her name?
Alex Cooper.
She played BU soccer, right?
I believe so.
Or something like that. So yeah, what is this video?
Little voice messages
Maybe
like,
once-
"Hi, I miss you. Sleep
Once
tight,
every 2
baby."
months.
Don't let
Like,
the bed
Yeah.
bugs bite.
match, something's
Yeah.
up.
Something's up.
Yeah, no attractive girls at Harvard. Are we watching this? Is a TikTok?
I mean, you can pause it there.
What?
He said no attractive girls at Harvard. Looks like a TikTok trend.
Exactly. I mean, there's definitely some attractive girls at Harvard. Like that's not and smart, right? So that
I think all of them are attractive.
I love that.
in their own unique
In their
ways.
own unique ways, right? Like attractiveness is not just.
I think they're
figure, right?
comparing it to BU though.
To BU.
Yeah, because Alex went to BU, and so I mean we can keep playing.
Oh yeah,
with
we
that,
can complain it, whatever.
Harvard is across the river, or yes, and so, sorry to Harvard people, but there's not that many hot girls at Harvard. Meet my friends then.
So is that a Harvard chick
Yeah.
Whoa.
and her friends? I think I just saw my girlfriend. I'm just kidding.
Oh wow, they're on her head. They're going after Alex.
They're saying they're like dumb or something at BU.
Yeah. They're like you couldn't get in.
Oh.
I used
Oh, you
to
can- yeah, keep
say
going for
in
a
the
little bit.
beginning days of Call Her Daddy, men, I want you to take this girl's head and I want you to shove it through the drywall and fuck her so her head can't come out of the drywall.
Right.
We literally did everything for ClickBee, and it worked. I'm sitting here today. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes, I'm
so,
very well
no
aware.
shit. I literally said, BU girls are fucking busted. I went to BU. I was like, everyone was
busted?
hideous there. So if you're like
We'll debate that
semi-good looking
after.
in Boston, you can thrive. If you go to Arizona State, you are one of many hot bitches.
Correct, right.
Exactly, that's what
Yes.
I'm saying.
Right.
So sorry to anyone in.
Did you know that was
Gassed.
going on?
I didn't. So they're just mad that I said Harvard girls aren't hot.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's
then
like
why
a
did
trend.
always the Harvard guys come over to Boston College and BU?
Oh,
I mean,
time out.
I was just
It's
in,
a fact.
no,
That's a factual statement.
Oh, I'm glad.
Harvard's
I'm glad I got to
student
see
body, pound
this.
for pound,
I'm
is
glad I
very
got to see this.
And I love how they're
And I'm
coming,
gonna speak
are they
on.
just
I'm
coming
gonna
for
speak
me?
on behalf
You hear my old co-host in
of
the background
Harvard
saying yes,
individuals
yes,
in this
yeah.
case.
Let's hear it.
Nobody was going over there, ever.
But you weren't going out anyways. How would you know?
No, people are going out. Chill out, bro. You people go out at Harvard.
I'm saying you weren't. in
No,
particular.
I was going out.
You were wifed up with your girl.
Wow.
Okay.
We cornered him.
Nah, but I definitely had roommates and stuff like that
Yeah.
that would go out. At no point did I ever see them really going over to BU, what they call like across the river. Like we call 'em, or people call them BU biddies. That's like the name, and like BU technically always comes over and is trying to like find a Harvard guy or whatever. I don't want to start nothing there, even though they probably won't be started because you probably won't see this. But it's the fact that there are
Wait, sorry. You're saying BU are gold diggers in? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
All right.
It sounded like it.
I mean, it
I didn't say
smell
that.
like it.
I didn't
Just
say
stick
that.
by your claim, bro. Or you being
Not-
wishy-washy.
That definitely didn't come out. But yeah, no, I think I just don't think her statements are that appropriate. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely some attractive Harvard girls. There's probably some attractive BU girls. I didn't really look at them like that. That's capped. But
There's a middle ground.
then everybody, like you said, everybody's attractive in their own way.
Right.
What you think?
I agree.
But
I
is she? Because she said BU girls are busted, and basically she's saying that she's the cream.
I mean, she's a very
bad?
attractive female.
So you stick
Alex
her.
Cooper, yeah, for sure.
You stick her in Arizona State. She's bad.
She's elite, of course, bro.
I don't know.
What?
Also, is Arizona State?
Have you seen
capped?
her? Can we pull up photos? I mean, she's objectively a very attractive woman. I don't know how else to
But
put
you
it.
drop her. Okay, you can weigh in. Can you weigh in on this? You got a girl, huh?
I have a girlfriend. So
I have
I'm
a girl.
gonna,
but you can weigh in on this.
I don't
He's
know.
like,
She's
gosh.
not. I don't know. You know.
He's
I mean,
all right.
hey,
He's giving the cup
like I
answer.
said,
She's
all,
aight.
all
She's
women,
aight.
all women are attractive in their own way.
Hey, yeah, y'all are fucking lying.
Yeah, y'all are capping, bro. Am I the only one who's being honest here?
Oh,
Look,
bro,
if
we're,
you're
we're giving you the cuffed answer.
If you're into like the kind of LA vibe
I mean-
blonde girl, she's fucking hot for sure.
Yeah, bro. In no world is she not.
So
hot.
Yeah, I mean,
you drop her at UCLA.
UCLA is not it. Arizona State,
I don't know.
ASU. Yeah.
ASU.
she looks like a
see
girl
that.
you'd have a lot of fun with, but you're not trying to hang out long term with. Is what she looks
Here's
like.
all she's saying.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh,
Wow. Let's corner him.
stand by that all day. Look at this girl.
here's what she's saying. She's probably right. She's not saying there's not
Might
any
change my
attractive
answer.
girls at Harvard.
She's saying an aggregate.
She's saying on average, BU is just a.
I might change my
That's a
answer.
crazy
I'm
fact.
just like, I
I changed. I might change
my girlfriend
answer.
is talking about-
It's close to his
and,
eyes.
this is
This is Google. We're on Google, people. We're on Google.
Google images.
Are we
This
good
man,
yet?
Brian,
Yeah. Are we good yet?
Let me join you, bro. Let me join you.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, like her job is being attractive. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
And insightful, right? She has a podcast,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, a bit of both.
For sure.
I've
Yeah,
never,
yeah,
I never
but
listened, so I don't know how insightful it is. But
it's just like relationship advice. I don't know. Have you listened
Sweet.
to it, Color Daddy? It's a Barstool podcast. They've made it pretty big.
oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So back to the fact that she said that like if BU girls go to Arizona State, they're just average. I'm curious, like you're in the league, you're in Miami, you probably traveled everywhere. You can give the cuffed answer, you can give the uncuffed answer.
Right. We'll see what can get edited.
Yeah.
What city or state has the hottest girls?
I mean, of the girls I've dated, several have been from overseas. So
Oh
that's
wow.
gonna
He's international.
He's
have to
elite.
be a different answer. I don't know about
He's
that.
built different.
Yeah.
He's elite.
Well, my
he's elite,
girlfriend's
bro.
from Stockholm.
Oh wow.
Sweden?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go with Stockholm as a city
Yeah,
wise.
you have to go. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Swedish. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
y'all
you
ever
go?
been to Sweden?
Have
Anyone
you
ever
been?
been to Sweden?
I've never been to
I was
Sweden.
supposed to go this summer, and
Really?
then the whole
And then, yeah.
I had my ticket and everything. We're gonna do the whole
You know
midsummer
what's funny?
thing.
I had my ticket to go to Stockholm too.
really?
Yeah, with
Feel
my
linked
buddy.
up.
Wow.
Yeah, we could have linked up.
What
We
about
talked
Sweden?
that.
Next summer
Yeah.
or this summer.
We're on
Yeah,
the
this summer's about to be
more
crazy.
more likely next summer.
we're on the street in Sweden and some of those similar countries over there. Is all the dudes are so snussed out and just like
Wait, time out. What's this?
snus is the spitless tobacco.
Wow.
So it's like dip, but you don't have to technically spit. And like,
Ew.
Wow.
and they're all about over there for getting a buzz. So they're like all snussed out, working around,
Yeah.
and then there's fucking 12s working at like McDonald's and stuff that are getting no attention from anybody.
Really?
Wow.
So a couple previous bosses
So that's-
ago was a big fan
That's a spot you need to go to.
It sounds
Yeah.
like we're planning a trip.
of the Swedes.
I mean Europe in
Wingman.
general.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
one time I was in Austria. I was studying abroad, and I was riding a scooter, like one of those Lime.
Yeah.
I don't know, like one of the rides. I don't
Yeah.
know, scooters. And I was riding on the sidewalk, and I guess the law there is you can't ride a scooter on the sidewalk. You have to ride it on the street. And I see a bunch of red, white, and blue lights behind me. And it's the police. And I'm like, oh shit, is that like? I point to myself. I'm like, are you guys pulling me over? And I look in the car, and it's like 3 blondes, and they're all very attractive in the car. And I'm like, I stop, and one of the lady cops gets out, and she's like, hey, you can't ride on the sidewalk. I'm like, okay, are you gonna arrest me? And she's like, no, just don't ride it on the sidewalk anymore. And I was like, damn.
You're like, I really want you to take
Having a
down my
great story.
information.
They're all very attractive cops.
Handcuff me, please.
So that story probably sounds like it's facts. So
Wow.
yeah.
So we're going international. What about you, Mo?
Los Angeles.
Really?
Easily. Well, I haven't had the real
And
experience.
you grew up in
though.
Miami, and I've only heard rumors
Yeah.
about Miami.
Yeah. It's all taste though, right? And so like Hispanic and Latino women is like, that's the,
Status quo.
yeah, that's the thing. Out here, it's like thinner IG model types. I don't know. You've been in LA much longer than I have. Also, it hasn't been open. Like you can't even really eat yet out here at restaurants. There's no
Yeah.
parties, bars.
So like like you just have to judge off of like Instagram and
Literally-
Tinder.
Wait,
Or-
what do you
Literally,
mean? What do you mean? There's
movies
no,
and-
no,
yeah,
talk
like-
about no parties. You act like you haven't been invited to a party. Like you don't know. You gonna
Yeah,
corner me
yeah,
now? I
yeah.
gotta corner you. Let me tell you what type of parties Mo gets invited to. This
last
man
podcast.
This man got invited to what is it? What's it called? An orgy party?
Whoa.
Sex
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
A sex party?
An
Collect
adult,
the
an
phones.
adult party. An adult party.
No.
Y'all had that in
A friend-
Miami?
No.
Oh yeah,
No.
exactly.
Yeah. It's like
No,
a.
that's
You guys think there aren't sex parties in Miami? You're fucking lying.
Well, I'm
So-
sure in the city of Miami, but I don't know. But I've never heard of anything like that.
yeah.
Dude, it's
At
crazy.
the
It's
university.
What is that? What is that
like,
about?
yeah.
Like what? That,
Probably have to sign like an NDA, and everyone has to collect the phones.
Exactly.
Facts.
Wow.
No, so a friend
Dark.
who's very well connected in this Hollywood scene.
is that well connected? Is that the type of connection
They-
you need to be connected?
Is that
They
Hollywood
are.
or is that the adult film industry?
That's a great question. No, it's like all right, one of those Hollywood kind of parties, and they do sex parties apparently.
Wow, that's a whole
And-
new level of darkness.
Yeah, that's a
No,
lot.
it's crazy. It's crazy, and
It's dark
I,
at the top.
I couldn't do
Close
it.
your
I
ears,
said
everyone.
no. Yeah,
Yeah. You said no.
I said no.
Why'd you say no?
It just feel awkward, man. Like it's not my thing.
He's a good guy, man.
Yeah,
the
he's a
main
good guy.
character.
We have all good guys in this
Yeah.
truck. That's the thing.
Good fellas.
You guys,
Good
Well,
fellas.
one of my roommates was really pushing to go. I'm not gonna say his name. he plays on the team.
Yeah.
Man, he was all about
Well,
it.
that
He
narrows it
wanted to
down,
go.
but
People won't figure it out.
yeah. No,
But I couldn't do it, man. It's weird. That's not my thing.
Right.
I'd rather go to a bar
Yeah.
and hang out.
Hey,
or
that
like
just
a
sounds like
club or
sin,
something.
man. That's Sodom and Gomorrah right there. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
That's
also
just-
just
I
like
don't know.
yeah, everything going on with like the case, like like you can just get caught up in people accusing you of things. And
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem like a good smart decision. So
no, I
Just
would
all
agree,
around.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the better decisions that.
yeah,
And I mean,
But-
during the time of coronavirus, I just don't think
that
that
too.
Yeah,
sounds like
probably
it's,
probably not
yeah.
the best idea to go and do that.
well, and look, so I got a couple friends out here that have gone to a couple that I know
Oh.
personally as well that will not be named either. But what I do know, just add a little bit more sprinkle onto this,
yeah.
is there's usually two types of people that go to these things. Is it right when you show up, they have some kind of like marker or badge that are two different colors, and you're either a participant or an observer. And there's people that go and wear the observer
Oh,
badge
man,
that basically says
I
like,
gotta stop hearing about this.
I didn't
the
know
beast.
about that.
stay away from me. I'm
'Cause-
just here hanging out,
okay,
looking
the
around.
person
and then
that
there's
in-
other people that are like, I'm down, and they've got the badge on that says
Wow.
down.
wow.
Okay. So the way they described it to me was it starts off as a regular party, everyone just mingling and drinking and whatnot, and then you start playing sex games, kind of like Piccolo, but like the sexual version of it. And so it's kind of like truth or dare in a sense. Like it would dare like, all right, Brad, you have to do this to this girl.
Goodness
And then it'll go
gracious.
from that into some sort of conglomeration of sex party and then threesomes. And this is just what the person who invited me was telling me.
Sure, there's many
Wow.
different variations.
There's-
So
Yeah,
I think
I'm
I
sure.
think the question is, or kind of my comment on all this is, like, what type of person do you have to be? Because not everyone's getting invited to that. I think sometimes,
You have to be a USC quarterback.
yeah, apparently you have to be a USC quarterback to be invited. But like, I think sometimes, and this kind of goes back to like busting with the boys, right? A little bit. It's like college players are sometimes overlooked a little bit. Like we are as a maybe you guys might disagree, but as like a consumer, I feel like they attract like the professional level because they feel like there's some type of like verification that you get with being a professional player. But even on the field, like players sometimes won't listen, like younger players won't listen to like a college player sometimes, but they'll listen to a guy that's been in the pros. And like just being in the pros doesn't solidify you because you're in the pros. Like a college player can give you just as much knowledge. Shoot, someone that played in high school sometimes that played under a good coach can give you just as much knowledge as someone that played in the pros. I kind of went on a tangent, but
You got that off your chest.
yeah, I
huh?
got that off my chest.
Red
He's
herring.
been thinking about it.
But
I was gonna go somewhere else with it.
where are you gonna go?
The
with that?
distractions of playing football in Los Angeles and at USC is insane.
Yeah.
Like we played at Vanderbilt, and there was, look, Nashville's a very fun city. I don't know if you've been.
I've been there, of course.
I mean,
Yeah.
but probably on a baseball team they'd probably get invited.
Not like this, man. This is different. Like Nashville's a cool city,
Yeah.
and it's relatively big compared to a lot of the other SEC schools, especially like a Tuscaloosa or Oxford.
Yeah.
But Los Angeles, California, the media capital of the world, especially when everything's going crazy.
Dude.
Like I talked to Emmanuel Moody. He played running back out here. I think he was Reggie Bush's backup, but like, he played a lot, and then
Yeah.
he went to Florida and won the national championship with Tebow and them,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
06,
what
08.
I mean, just talk about luck of the draw, being
Crazy,
going from
right? Those are
USC
two of the best
Florida.
teams of the decade,
Yeah,
right?
seriously.
You're playing Road to Glory mode.
Right.
Literally.
Right. Exactly.
So he's played with a lot of dudes. He's got crazy stories. I was just picking his
Yeah.
brain, and I was asking him like, how was playing football in Los Angeles, USC, during those days?
Yeah.
He said he's invited to Will Ferrell's mansion, crazy pool parties.
Yeah.
The Playmates house.
But I feel like that's the same. That would be the same at like a Miami though.
The Playmates house.
Like, I mean,
that
you can
stuff's
tell
not
us like
there.
you're the starting quarterback on the team. Like you're the biggest deal in the city because there's
Right.
the Dolphins are irrelevant.
Right. I mean, it's
no,
like
no
it's
offense to them. But.
right. I mean, it's like stuff is out there. If you want to go get it, you can go. Peruse and inquire.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's every big mark. Yeah, like every big mark.
That's every big market.
L.A. and Miami. That's L.A.
LA, Miami.
It's those two.
Probably Austin, Texas though.
Nah, not like this.
I guarantee.
That's more college town vibes. Austin's a relatively big city, but it's got more college town small feel.
What you think?
You're not going to get the same like big club parties you get in Miami and LA. You'll get there's some money still. You get some private parties, but it's not going to be the size.
Not going to be the size.
There's not as many people as LA and Miami, so it's not going to be the size.
Yeah, bro. And like Austin's cool, and I'm sure there's great parties, believe me.
Yeah.
But you're not going up to Calabasas, up to some actors or producers' home.
Yeah,
you know
I guess
when you go to Calabasas.
I know he's telling.
That's like close to where I'm at, man.
Yeah.
Come say hi.
Yeah.
All the Zoom, I'm bored as hell, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it. But yeah, no, the distractions are just insane.
Oh,
right?
sure,
and that's part of, I think, the strategy behind junior college football being where it is. I played JUCO in Kansas, and so they just throw basically a bunch of misfits. It ends up being almost some crazy social experiment, or a lot of people who
Last chance you.
Yeah, right. So that's where I played. That was our rival school. So same exact deal. If you saw the show, and it's basically like if you can't survive without getting in trouble in Coffeyville or Independence, Kansas, then you can't anywhere.
Yeah.
So
especially not in Los Angeles.
Exactly.
Right. And it's probably crazy for you guys because at least in Miami, it's like, as I mentioned earlier, it's like the biggest little city ever. But here, I mean, LA, you can attest, it's like 4 Miamis, honestly.
Oh yeah. It's
so
it is
big.
Huge. Yeah. There's so many people here.
So many different arenas.
Yeah.
Well.
And different vibes. It's like you can go to Santa Monica. You can go to, like the Valley.
Yeah.
Right.
You can go hang out with the TikTokers in Calabasas.
Oh, yeah.
You can vibe here in South Central, Manhattan Beach. I mean, all over,
So I guess for you, I mean, you shine in college football, right? I'm sure I'm pretty sure you hold some records, freshman records, at least at quarterback.
Dude, ACC passing records.
I broke I'm not going to toot my own horn.
No, toot your own horn. That's what the show is about. I gas him up, gas you up, gas everybody else up in here.
Yeah, I mean,
he's gonna be. Josh talked about earlier. He's gonna be a Heisman. We gas people up, speak things into existence.
Number 5.
Yeah, for number 5. Yeah, I mean, I broke a lot of the passing
Bro,
records.
please, I gotta stop you. Please just go ahead and say exactly whose record you broke. What game you broke it, and we'll pull it up. We'll just start reading it off. Like you don't have to be humble around us. Like you can share what you've done because it's a testament to your work ethic. We understand that you're humble. All right, we got that. We got that you're humble at this point. Now you just
passing leader, Miami history, 9,900 yards,
and I ended it off with 69 touchdowns. That, in my own opinion, is a feat.
That is.
Wait, and how many years did you? You didn't even play all 4 years.
3 seasons.
3 seasons.
Yeah.
And you have all this.
Yeah, man. But the most important one is we won a bowl game, and I don't think we've won a bowl game since.
Here we go with
that's
the team
the one
stuff.
that mattered the most because we hadn't won a bowl game since like 2004.
That is okay.
So
That's
like,
pretty.
That
pretty
was
incredible.
That felt great. That one felt best.
Have they won one since?
I don't think so.
Wow.
So
you're the.
People can say what they want, but hey, who won a bowl game?
Yeah,
we did.
That's a big deal.
So when you go back to Miami, do people recognize you, or at least around the college football ranks? I'm sure people recognize you.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's even like more so like in Miami. I feel like there's more fans the farther you get from the school. Like the farther you get from Coral Gables, there's like more fans because it's like
that's how it is. Wow.
It's almost like we're treated like an NFL team where it's like a lot of the fans didn't even go to UM. They just have grown up loving Miami. So it's like throughout Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach. I'll get some people sometimes, and not as much anymore. Or maybe I'll wear more hats often or something.
Dude, that's
the mask,
sunglasses.
That's so cool. Like, and I guess I get the Harvard equivalent is I have a connection with like some Harvard football players that are like in LA, just because we played under the same coach, and I guess on the professional side of things, it's great meeting other Harvard football players. For you, like the greats of Miami, have you been able to shake their hands, like the Michael Irvins of the world? Please tell me I'm
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to butcher it, but I just know there's just a lot of greats, and
A lot of them. It's like too many to count, honestly.
Right.
It's like I like some guys will get offended because I'll shout. Like when I was there at I'd shout a certain guy out.
Yeah.
And the other guy would hit me up on Twitter like, "Hey man, like
you forgot about
Gino
me.
Toretta, like hey,
You want
I
a
didn't see
Heisman.
you shot. You shouted out Vinny Testaverde, but like I didn't get a shout out. I was like,
Wow.
they cut it out of the interview. Sorry, bro. Hey, like
Wow,
just stuff
that's-
like
that's
that,
cool,
which is
dude.
cool. you
Yeah.
know?
That's so cool. Like, and have you got a chance to like meet a lot of? I mean, it's probably like, they're probably so receptive to meet you, like
Right.
and what you did for the school, and it seems like you guys have that tradition going on. So like, have you been able to meet a lot of those guys, or?
Yeah, I mean, throughout being there, I haven't gone back in a while, for
Mm-hmm.
like a couple years. But yeah, like every time, I mean, like through after spring games, or there'd be certain like alumni events. You get to meet like
It's
a
the
Jeremy
who's
Shockey.
who. Yeah,
it's just, like-
it's the who's who.
and that's the thing in the league too. It's like almost every team you go on, like you play on, there's like a Miami guy.
Yeah,
that's
so it's
true.
like Frank Gore's on the Colts. My locker is next to Frank's.
That's so cool,
Yeah.
man.
So
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. It's the who's who.
Frank's a homie, so I was training with him down in Bomberito.
he's still playing
For a lot
football.
of
It's
crazy.
He's incredible.
25th
Dude,
season
insane.
in the league.
Yeah.
How
Right?
long?
I don't know.
Was it 25th?
No,
No.
It feels like it. It feels
No,
like
it's
it.
definitely like 16th or 17th
Oh.
season in the league.
A lot. That's all I know.
But that's really cool that you guys have that connection, that bond. I don't know. I honestly, like, I'm sure when you go back, it's like sideline, seats or whatever.
Well, the crazy thing is I don't even get that on the sideline, actually.
Really?
Wow.
Because
For real?
you have to be on an active roster, or you have to be a Hall of Famer to get on the sideline.
Oh, they have red tape.
Yeah,
get on the
And like I broke the records, but hey, I
that is
still got to
messed
be up
up.
in the booth. It's
But-
that many guys. There's that many guys.
But you played for Manny. So
He was the defensive coordinator.
Right.
but-
Oh, man, Diaz.
Yeah, so Manny was the DC, now he's the head coach.
Yeah.
So like that's crazy though.
Yeah, it's a logjam.
Like-
That's like how it
Or
is.
is it just that many people?
I guess there's so many.
It's just so many
I don't
greats.
know.
It's like, hey,
No,
bro,
no,
you gotta,
no,
you
well,
gotta, you gotta do
no.
more than that.
Yeah,
You just can't be the starting
You can't
quarterback
just
and break all
the
records.
records.
You can't.
Nah, bro. Like, hey, you
gotta
gotta
be
be in the Hall of
Famer.
Famer.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So
Yeah,
what?
we got to fix that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, hopefully I can get on the USC sideline one day.
Oh, for
It'd be
sure.
a great.
Dude,
you know,
that'd be so much
hopefully,
fun.
If I make one
I
of
mean,
these
you're
movies.
a student right now,
I'm
so
a student,
that's-
I'll be
yeah.
alumni soon. Hopefully, I get a movie or something made.
Exactly.
And,
Dude, I want to get into that, man. I think that's so cool.
yeah.
I mean, just the idea that like football wasn't your entire identity, and you have
Right.
so many interests outside of it,
Right.
which I think is unique and something that's probably
It's all of
a
us. yeah.
thread through all of us.
Yeah.
Hence the podcast and all the other projects we're doing.
There you go.
But like, yeah,
Keep that momentum, man.
Hey,
Can't
momentum.
stop.
I love that.
Stay kinetic.
Electric.
Yeah.
No, but I've seen you're doing the screenwriting, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
How's
I
that
actually, well, I mean, like growing up, I always loved like to tell stories. Like I like kids from like my neighborhood like would come over. We could go around the campfire like as if we were like some country bumpkins. Just like I tell like horror stories and ghost stories and stuff.
Like ones you're making up.
Whoa.
Exactly. Yeah. One's like off the top of my head or like
Wow.
You're just telling random stories.
telling ghost stories and stuff.
That's
and I
kind of
just
like
loved it. you
that's
know?
kind of like Phil. We call him Three Finger Phil.
Okay.
No, Phil. You guys are kind of like in that sense. Like
Yeah.
love to tell stories.
For those who don't know who Phil is,
Yeah,
Phil's the behind the scenes.
Behind the
He's
scenes.
doing
Nice.
our
He's-
BTS videos.
Does the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's a comic by day, and
Yeah.
by night he helps us out with videos. But
Well,
awesome.
one night a week, but
awesome.
so yeah, your storytelling.
Yeah. So and then I obviously like, I love to read books and whatnot, and I throughout high school I was like I was actually surprised. I was like, I was actually able to write like a lot of good essays. I was like maybe I should try to write someday. Went to UM. I couldn't really do screenwriting. My father actually wrote a couple like movies as well,
Okay.
and TV shows.
that's what's up.
But I couldn't really get into it because it was like, in order to do that major, the cinema screenwriting major, it would have like intersected with my football.
Yeah.
So what I did was I did all the prerequisite classes, and then when I left early, I was actually able to come back because Miami will always honor your scholarship after you leave. Like even if
Really?
you leave after
Yeah.
2.5, I was there for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Came back and I was able to actually get my degree in like screenwriting, like actually major in it.
That's
And
incredible.
then from there, I made weird connections. Ended up working at MGM Studios, and then I got into USC on a whim. I literally applied like last minute because I was like, I'm not going to do grad school, but part of
You
me
got
has
in.
always wanted to go to USC. I was like,
Yeah.
that was my dream,
Mhm.
So I applied last minute, got in, and yeah, now I'm in grad school, and that's led to a lot of other relationships.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I'm working on a couple different movies that like screenplays outside of USC that
Yeah.
are hopefully, I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but we're getting closer on a couple of them.
Yeah.
So I can't really dive too deep into them right now, but
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be watching one of them in the
Dude,
next couple years.
dude,
That's
That's so
that's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like you're the epitome of a student athlete, right?
Right.
You play in the league, you go to grad school,
Mhm.
you have a lot of stuff going on in the professional end. I much respect to that. I mean, that's
you.
what I try to aspire after.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
incredible.
Dude, what's the process behind writing a script? Like, do you have the idea, and then like how long does it take? Because I have
Yeah.
zero knowledge of this industry and how it works.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the whole deal of it. It's like no one really knows. I feel
Yeah.
like everyone has a different process. Like some people, it's an experience that leads to an idea. Some people have a log line. Sometimes it's a personal experience. But it's all about just having like something like having an idea that you can explain in 22 words or less. That's what Steven Spielberg
Wow.
says. I think.
That's
I have
fire.
an idea. You can. Explain
I'm gonna use that
22
in
words or
the
less.
banking world. My clients.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's the basis for a movie idea.
Like basically like something that's tight and that has obviously like if it's too long, it has to probably be a TV show or a pilot.
oh,
But something that can be streamlined and straightforward and done in 110 pages or less, or 120 minutes or less. From there, you start writing your outline. And one of the things is like after you study it enough, which is why I say like film school, I think some people say it's pointless, some people say it's necessary. You learn like structure. And like, if you look at a lot of major movies, whatever, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Spider-Man, they all have like a similar structure, a similar 3-act structure that's been ingrained in creatives' minds since like the start of time, since like
Yeah.
the Shakespeare era.
wow.
And from that,
This is getting really technical. By the
well, yeah, I'm
I
getting
love
really
it.
into
Dude, I love it. Yeah,
Really
keep
into
it going.
yeah,
this is
what-
great. Yeah.
But once you figure out structure, then it's really easy to just like similar to football, like plug and play.
Yeah.
You get a character, you get Luke Skywalker. He has his central need.
Yeah.
You figure out how to a way for him to attack that need. Midpoint of the movie, he probably doesn't get his need.
Yeah.
By the end, he achieves what he needed to get, whether it's tragic or it's successful. But you answer a certain question that you pose at the start of the film, and it's like once you figure that out, it's like every movie you've ever seen, you can apply that structure. And if you have a good idea, compelling characters, you can figure out a way to make something at least somewhat readable and interesting.
Wow.
I guess
So- So are you watching movies in a different way than the general public is, and through a different lens?
Right.
Because when I'm watching a football game, I'm watching the coverage and
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
looking
yeah,
at the
me too.
quarterback.
Still.
Right,
Still.
exactly. All of
Yeah.
us, right?
2 years removed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so is that how you're watching movies? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this central character, they could have done this instead
Yeah.
of that or whatever.
Well, especially and I mean especially now because it's like at USC. There's a professor. His name is Professor Irving Belatonge. He's like the guru on structure, and like I've been like because I'm taking his class. It's like every week we're just breaking down stuff like into sequences, like by the minute, by the scene. So now, yeah, it's kind of like ruined. It's like ruined movie watching for me. Like I'm like watching whatever. I was watching. What was I watching yesterday? I was watching like American Sniper, and I'm just thinking, like,
Oh, that
okay,
movie was fire.
really good movie. Really good movie.
Don't tell me it was horrible.
I know, no, I enjoy it, but I'm just like, okay, like we're at the 20-minute mark.
Yeah.
Okay, he's probably gonna get his like call to action. Okay, we're at the 50-minute mark. It's gonna get really intense for him. We're at the midpoint. Okay, something tragic. There's gonna be a low point here. Okay, we're at the climax. Another low point. Okay, we're at the end. This is where he finds his need or his want. So it's like, every movie I watch now, I'm like, it's almost like I have my stopwatch. And I'm like
Just
timing
waiting for
forward.
it. It's gotta be like watching tape
Yeah,
versus
that's
watching
crazy.
a game,
Yeah.
like a Super Bowl with your boys versus like
Yeah.
watching tape. Like, all right, this is what the defense does. This is
Yeah.
their tendencies.
Yeah.
It's gotta
That's
be that
clean.
same way, right?
Well, I was gonna ask too,
Exactly.
from ruining movie watches as well as more so figuring out the plot line early, like
Right.
clicking like early 20 minutes in, being like, oh, I know how this is, and like
Exactly.
you already know exactly
Well,
where the
I was
movie's
watching
going.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier earlier, and I called my boy it beforehand, and he's really into movies as well. And we were just like talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we're like, okay, this is probably going to happen at the end of the episode. This is going to be the cliffhanger. The Wakandan is probably going to want to get whatever Zemo back to Wakanda, yada yada yada. And it was like boom, 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 and like me and my boy, like we guessed the episode like down to like the act, like the structure
It's that predictable.
of it. And I was like,
Dang. I didn't know. I didn't
Dude,
know all
when
this.
I'm
When
watching,
yeah.
it's totally different,
It's
bro.
like, damn. Oh snap! That happened. This dude's like,
Dude, I never see the twist.
Yeah.
coming, so-
which is why like they say if you are able to like be able to like predict twists and like twists, then you can play and like twist a genre and like play against certain tropes and make things unique and original. You know what I mean?
Oh, you could change the script.
Change
you're
the
saying. I
script or
like
change
that.
the trope or you
Yeah.
know.
Because if you see it coming, you know how to catch other people off guard
Exactly.
if you've seen it before they see it too.
Which is why in a lot of my scripts I don't like happy endings.
Yeah.
I like tragic endings.
Dude, yeah, I have
hate
a
tragic
friend
endings.
who's a film buff, and he says the same exact thing. He
Okay.
hates like superhero movies where everything turns
Right.
out well. 'Cause
You
He likes
hate that?
He likes like Breaking Bad, right? And the
Yeah.
Back and
Irishman.
forth.
he wants it more
Yeah,
realistic.
I kind of want the happy ending. I'm not
So-
gonna lie. Like
so
I
then-
hate
I
that
don't
bad
know.
taste in my mouth. Like,
Yeah.
leave
Well,
a
that's
movie-
why
You
they
didn't
play
like
super,
Infinity
like-
War. You didn't like Infinity War.
I was about to bring that up, like, but
Yeah.
that was perfect because you had another one to fix that taste in your
Yeah,
mouth. Because
Endgame.
usually, to your point, most of the
Yeah.
superhero movies end with.
I
that's what
kind of
superheroes
personally,
are, but-
I would have loved if they just left it like that in Infinity War.
Really?
I would have loved to see all the shows and movies that just pick up,
Yeah.
not from like 5 years after everyone comes back, but like
In
from
between.
when everyone's gone and it's like, damn, we gotta get out of the mud. Like we
Yeah.
gotta like
Yeah,
really
that bridge
like,
point.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
like they did that in Endgame, but I was like, I don't
More
know.
of it.
Part of me was like, I would have liked to see more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Marvel had any
Scenario.
balls, they would have gone down a what's that dude?
Marvel.
Well, be
had
careful.
any
This is a
balls.
USC podcast, and that's Kevin Feige. He went to USC.
I'm just
and Ryan
saying,
Did he
Coogler.
really?
if they
Yeah,
wanted
that's what I'm
to,
saying. Oh, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
He played.
Yeah.
He played under Coach Mason. Believe
Oh,
it or
at
not.
Stanford?
No, he played at. It was a school that in the Bay Area. That
Bay Area, yeah,
Yeah,
he's from
that
Bay
actually
Area.
got
Interesting.
They no longer. Have
Kugler's
football
the
program.
Black Panther guy, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
actually coming to. What's cool about going to grad school here is
You guys
like
probably all greats.
I took a Marvel class last
Yeah.
semester, and it was like,
Wow.
oh, Kevin Feige is coming to talk to us.
Yeah.
You know, or
Yeah,
like
that's
Ludwig Göransson, who like did all the music for Black Panther and Mandalorian. Like he
That's
came
sick.
and talked to us. I'm just like,
Crazy.
this is awesome.
Well,
That's clean.
Spike Lee came and talked to us.
Dude,
well,
that's
because
insane,
part of the
yeah.
next phase is supposed to get kind of dark, and I'm just saying with Hawkeye and him killing all those people he's killing for like
Oh,
they could have
right.
gone down that road and showed some dark shit.
Right.
But
Yeah, Ronan. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
We're like, no, but you're so passionate about it. Like, it's from when I
That's
look
just
at
how I
you.
am.
Yeah, no, that's
love
awesome.
it,
But
yeah.
when I look at you, it's like, do you even think about football anymore? Because like you like the way you're talking about this, it's like you're about to go get ready to play for a game.
it's so
type of-
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Well, I feel like I have been in like some of the projects I've been working on.
Yeah.
It's like it's felt like I've been in like game 7 mode. Honestly, the past
Yeah.
like 3 months.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff I've gotten the opportunity to work on. But to answer your question, like I'll be honest, like I don't miss football because I gave it everything I could give. Like I did everything I wanted to do. You know, I didn't get to play in the league for more than 2 years, fortunately for a back injury. But like I literally gave my back for it. Like I literally put
Yeah.
all I could into it. And it's like if you're emptying your tank, you know, then you won't have any
you won't have any regrets.
regrets.
there.
You know, so that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I have another question because I have dreams
Okay.
every week about football. I had another dream, bro.
Yeah,
Another
I
one?
have dreams too.
legitimate
I have
dream,
nightmares
yeah.
though.
Well,
About
Yeah.
football?
Here's my nightmare.
yeah.
I
At
knew
least-
it. Other people have it. Who was on last week that said
Max.
Max said he,
Yeah.
Max said he had it though, right?
yeah, he did.
But he had a SC. Bro, it sticks to you. Watch.
What's the nightmare?
Wasn't yeah.
At least like once a week, I wake up at like 6 a.m.
Mm.
and I think that I missed morning lifts,
That's the
Oh.
worst. That's
and
the
I realize
worst.
I don't play football anymore.
You just wake up in sweats. You're like, yes.
and like my alarm hasn't even gone off yet, and I was like, wow, my
Yeah.
alarm's set for 8 a.m. not 5:30, not treatment.
Not treatment.
Yeah.
That's so accurate. Like this past dream, and for some reason every dream, like Patrick Mahomes has been in my dream.
Wow. Whoa.
It's
Hey, yeah.
Whoa.
Dreaming a lot about Fat Pat.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. You've been talking about Pat a lot, bro.
Whoa.
Is there something you
Yo,
want
if
to say?
y'all don't chill out. but no, Pat was in my dream. This is a weird setup. So last week I ran into like his gate of his house, and he had to like tell
In a
me
dream.
that
In
in
a
a
dream.
dream that I had to like pay for it through like cleaning up his house and stuff because I was a rookie and I didn't have any money. This week I was like at his home. It was him, his girl, and like 6 other teammates, and we're like chilling on the couch watching a movie, and it was with the new baby. that they had.
Okay. Oh yeah, I saw
And
that.
yeah, and I
Congrats.
was like apparently like their main babysitter, even though I was on the team. And like during the movie, they wouldn't let anybody else hold the baby except me.
Wow.
During my dream, bro. This is every freaking week. I have a dream about this.
Bro, we need a psychologist to interpret.
No, well,
this.
follow-up question
No,
is
definitely do.
would you, if Pat reached out to babysit, would you babysit?
Heck
Of
yeah.
course.
Bro, I love babysitting.
Right.
I love
Yeah.
babies.
I think he has a lot of money right now to throw at a babysitter.
Yeah, he
what I'm
probably,
saying.
probably needs
Maybe.
somebody a little better than
Hook
me.
it up.
He only has like 8 or like 9 figures.
Yeah.
Right? 10 figures.
I do it for the low though,
contract.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I do it for like
Be a
$30
great
an
story.
hour or something. I'm just kidding.
That's a lot for babysitter.
Right.
No, dude, babysitters get paid.
Do they really?
Yeah, would you
Oh,
say
'cause your
30?
girlfriend's
Yeah,
Especially
bro.
if they're
More
attractive.
way more than that,
Yeah, usually they're pretty attractive. Anyways,
Besides-
Wait,
but no,
cut
but
that one out.
I only reason I say that is because, dude, I when I look back, like I'm like, even though I feel like I gave it my all, kind of, it's just like always something that you hold there and that you're always thinking about.
Right.
And I don't, and Max talked about it last week, and you just said it. Like, I don't know if that can ever go away. So that's why I kind of asked, like, do you miss football and how that kind of influences like your thought process and stuff. So,
Do you have positive dreams still though about playing ball?
ooh, that's a good question because I haven't had one positive thing.
I feel like I have like I mean I'll have like dreams where it's like there's like certain plays I'll remember and it's like what I wish I could have done when like watching film and it's like that I actually play through like oh maybe if I had thrown the whole shot against cover 2 into the boundary, you know, I might have scored a touchdown. Instead I threw a post into a Tampa 2 linebacker and he tipped it, you know, stuff like that where I'm like damn I wish I
That's
could
the
have.
worst. I got
Bro, I love good quarterbacks, bro.
Yeah.
Look how he broke that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just see that.
That's a quarterback thing though. Even like practice,
Yeah.
it'll just be replaying in my head yesterday.
Right.
Like I threw a bad ball. I shouldn't have done this. I should have thrown the snap concept or whatever. I could hit the back early.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like it just replays in your head. It just gets
Right.
at you and freaking. But like you
Especially when
guys,
you have class and stuff too. That used to be the worst. Is like practice. It like it stays in your head as much as games do because it's like
yeah.
you have like a bad last play to end like a 2-minute
Oh,
drill.
It's
man.
the worst.
And you're like,
bro.
you're watching.
Is that
the
pretty
film
bad for you?
class. It
When you
just
like throw a
sucks.
pick in like 2-minute drill in the
Oh, it
last like 4.
hurts.
It just
It
sucks
hurts.
because like,
It hurt.
Yeah.
especially if you have like class all day, then you're just
can't
like
even
watching film in
concentrate.
class, and you're just like, damn, like keep playing it back, keep playing it back, keep playing it back. Damn, I
You
had
try to
prop.
convince yourself that it was actually a good decision or something like that, like, or 'cause, like for me when
No.
I drop a ball, it's like I guess the quarterback kind of like threw it a little
No.
behind me.
No, it's always on us. Or at least
Really?
like
Yeah.
my quarterback coach in OC, he's always gonna put it on me. Like even if it's a straight drop, it could have been front shoulder. Or put it on him, or like say like the ball's up here.
Yeah.
Like he could have caught it easily. Like put it on him. Like that's
Wow.
on you.
Right.
You need to make it easy for
Yeah,
him.
that's a quarterback thing.
Or if it's a
Sure.
running back, like running backs need to you need to put it on his chest, kind of thing.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you need to know your personnel.
This
And,
guy's accountable. This guy's a good teammate.
Yeah. No, seriously.
He's not
dude,
an eye guy.
I
Yeah.
love hearing from the quarterback perspective. Did they treat you pretty like? How did they treat you like during practice and stuff like that? Like, did you take like the 1 or 2 reps and then you
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know, you kind of like hopped out. I don't know how you do that at SC, like 1 or 2 reps, like,
What do
or are
you
you
mean?
taking a whole bunch of reps?
I used to try to just take as many reps. Like I was like, let me just get as many until I get it right. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't care
So
if
you're
that's like a
like-
walk on. Like let me throw his comeback
Yeah.
again.
Wow.
Let me keep throwing his
Right.
comeback.
Until
But
he
I'm also
feels
that's how I am. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting ready to play games, so like you
Right.
need to be feeling ready for that.
Yeah.
Like my shoes, like I'm like in competition like
Yeah.
mode in a sense, right? So
Right.
like every rep's incredibly
Counts.
valuable.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so if you get like if we each get 15 team reps of practice, like you better be making your reads and completing your balls and making the right run checks and pass pro and all that, because
Yeah.
I mean that's all being broken down
Yeah.
and that's huge. Like those are gold. They really are. Like I don't have the ability to just walk into practice and loaf and
Right.
do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
like it's actually a game. Like I have a
Yeah.
game routine almost. My same game routine
Right.
at Vanderbilt, I do for every single practice.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
But it's nice that, you know, if you're a starter, then you can walk in and you can kind of like, obviously not loaf,
Yeah.
but you can like experiment and like see
Yeah.
like what throws you can rule. Like, okay, could I make that? Could I make this throw in the seam against
You can
cover
squeeze a
3?
ball in there that
Squeeze
you
it.
might not in
Yeah.
a game, and
Yeah.
you can
Just
test
see.
like your
So
That's the
what,
water.
so what was your mentality when you got to? Well, you're with the Detroit, the Lions, right?
Yeah.
So when you got there,
Mm-hmm.
it was probably like,
Right.
crap.
that
I'm not trying to test out anything. Like I'm
Right.
trying to just
You
make
need
throw.
completions.
I need as many completions as possible.
Yeah.
I'm getting 2 reps
Right.
with the 3s,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I mean you made the practice or team or
I
practice
was
squad?
I was
Did you ever
so
get elevated?
I was so up and down. I was I was on the active roster.
Okay.
And I was on practice squad.
Yeah.
I got waived and I got claimed by Carolina, and then Carolina tried to put me on the practice squad. I got claimed back to Detroit. Eventually, Detroit put me on practice squad, but then they were like, "We're gonna pay you
active roster money."
Basically, yeah. And
Yeah,
then, like,
yeah, they do
but
that.
and you're gonna travel to every single game and bring your jersey and your pads just in case.
That's
like
a good feeling though.
the starting
pretty
quarterback gets
cool.
a cold.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, so I'm on the roster. I don't know what the heck. I don't know. This league's crazy. This
Oh, dude, people don't
it's a wild
understand.
league.
People don't understand. Like for the people at the top,
Yeah.
like it's straight. Well,
Right.
kind of right now it's like iffy because of the salary cap
Yeah.
went down and stuff like that. But for the most part, people at the top are straight. But if you're like on the cusp,
Right.
oh, dude,
Which is like 95%.
95, yeah, exactly.
NFL
90%.
players.
You're getting sent out. You're coming
Yeah.
back in like
Right.
week away,
Mhm.
get waived, come back in,
Right.
elevated down to the practice squad.
Yeah.
Practice squad.
It's like you're a mercenary. Honestly.
you seriously are.
You know, unless you're like the 1%ers, like
Yeah.
unless you're Tom Brady, and you can just do whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Even Tom.
He's
even
expendable.
Tom Brady.
He's
got-
expendable. I mean,
Yeah.
the Patriots got essentially got
Yeah.
rid of him, right?
Mhm.
So like, there's no, you know, what have you done for me
Right.
lately is probably the best term
Yeah.
for that.
I guess this is a
it's-
question for both of you guys because obviously I'm still in college. But how are those rooms, the quarterback room, the receiver room, in terms of the camaraderie? Because here, like in college, we're all boys.
Yeah.
We spend our entire days together. Basically, like we're all students and there's like continuity, like year 1, year 2, year 3. And to the mercenary aspect, you could be at a place for 2 weeks and you're out.
A day.
Like how does that
Right.
like quarterback room with like a Stafford or
Yeah.
you're in Carolina with Cam? Like how does that work?
I think the quarterback room's a little different. That's more of like I feel like that's more of like a good old boy, like
It's a-
frat.
Yeah,
type
it's a
of
bond.
vibe.
Yeah,
You
it's a
know,
cool bond.
because there's only one guy who's really gonna play, and he knows he's gonna play. Usually, unless it's like one of those teams who picks in the top 10 picks of the draft. It's like always draft a quarterback. That's different. But like usually, like they know who the starter is, so it's just kind of like you're doing what you can to help the guy out, and you're shooting the shit whenever you don't have stuff to talk about.
Seriously.
You know, and but I'm sure with other positions, it's probably. I mean, you can probably answer that.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a
How
little
many
different.
guys are in a wide
Gauntlet.
receiver room?
Yeah, so the wide receiver room is probably a
Preseason.
lot different.
Talk about preseason,
Preseason?
wide receiver room. Talk
It-
about that.
Yeah, I
There's a
mean,
lot of dudes.
it is a lot of dudes, but it starts to dwindle down. You know, the further you get into the preseason, and so you're looking around like, okay, 1 or 2 people is going to be out of here, and then 2 people are going to be on the practice squad, and then about 6 or 5 is going to be on the active roster. So then but the camaraderie is straight. Like everyone, for the most part, everybody's like, let's just ball out and let's do what we got to do. Like look great as a wide receiver group. I guess depending on where you're at. I was only in KC, so I don't really know how other places are. But like when I looked at like Chad Henne and Matt Moore and Jordan Tamu and Pat, and like all those dudes, like those dudes are like
They're boys.
they're boys. Like
Yeah.
they're cool, they're super cool with each other.
Yeah.
And I think in the quarterback room, like one dude is probably gonna get cut, but for the most
Right.
part, like everybody else can get there.
Right.
But in the wide receiver room, 4 or 5 people might get cut because
Right.
you
And it's like that
you go
everywhere.
into camp. Yeah, exactly. You go into camp
Really.
with like 15 wide
Yeah.
receivers.
Yeah.
So it's
And you'd
probably
be
less
surprised,
than one.
like in the league, it's like how like homogenous and like uniformed it is everywhere. Like it's like everyone has the same protocol before the season. A lot of teams have the same playbooks.
Yeah,
like
true.
there's like 2 or 3
Basically.
different playbooks in the league. It's just guys
Yeah.
dress things up
Yeah.
differently. But it's like almost every team kind of more or less runs
the same
things the
yeah,
same way.
Exactly.
So it'd be a coaching tree, and so they all just kind of stem
That's
from
true.
the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They all
It
stem
just
from the
keeps
same
And all their
Stemming.
friends give
Yeah.
their friends jobs.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like
yeah.
anything in life.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
Like the Brazilian club. Or what
Wait,
do you call it?
Hey,
Harvard.
yes.
That's
Oh,
funny,
yeah.
right.
The
Harvard.
the final
What's it
club?
called?
The finals club.
You
Oh.
said something. Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
Brazilian. I was like,
like
damn,
something
hold
club.
on.
I didn't know
Yeah.
about this Brazilian
You
club,
said
bro.
something club. I don't know. It sounded like
Yeah,
it's Brazilian,
no,
whatever,
yeah, that's.
final
I mean,
club.
yeah, it is. I guess.
I
it's
don't know.
essential.
Hey, but you know a Brazilian
Nepotism.
club.
I'm sure that too. Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
You said if you know a Brazilian
Yeah.
club, you'd be down.
Down, yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, we just wanted to ask you if you knew who Bustin' with the Boys are. They've come up a bit on the pod, and so
We're feuding with them.
It's the Barstool one. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I saw your Instagram post.
The
Yeah, I
post,
saw
yeah.
that.
the free shout out that we got.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's good for you guys, honestly. I mean, good for both parties, but
Yeah.
Debatable.
better for you guys.
Are we bringing them in any extra utility?
What's new with Bustin'? Why don't you update our audience, Justice?
Dude, you can talk about that. I just want to talk about my Oklahoma drill. Bro, I've been calling Will out this whole time. All I want is one Oklahoma drill. We set the ball on the 4-yard line.
I don't know if you want that, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. I'll be honest.
You're saying Justice
be
or
honest.
Will?
Justice. I don't know if you want that.
So you're thinking Will like just picks me up and slams me on the ground?
I don't know, man. He looks like he could run his head through a brick wall. And
Bro, you know, like I just want to go back to like Pop Warner days where your head's facing each other. Like his head's on the goal line, my head's on the 4 yard line.
Those crappy helmets,
Crappy
right?
helmets.
You just want CTE, huh?
No, I don't want CTE. Okay. But like somebody blows a whistle, like Mo blows a whistle, and we go. And if I score a touchdown, like he owes me like half of his first game check or something.
I mean, we signing waivers and stuff too. Like we putting full, like we get pads on.
I don't need a waiver.
All right.
Well, here's the
I'm
thing.
surprisingly kind of like it's weird. Like remember Oklahoma drill? Like with some players that are like tiny.
Yeah.
Low key are kind of like good at running. Now the tackling,
low man wins.
Yeah,
low man wins.
Low man wins.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we called them out.
Yeah.
And here's the challenge as it stands, and we're gonna race our trucks.
They have Chevy now.
This
too.
food truck, hey, that's fine. We have an international race car driver, OJ Samuel. He's a teammate. He raced all over Europe, like
Yeah,
Formula 2 and all that.
Are you serious?
What's the make of this truck, actually?
This is like a old 2000.
It was a FedEx truck. I don't know.
Shout out to FedEx.
Shout out to FedEx.
Ship all my packages to FedEx.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, we're gonna race our trucks live on Barstool. The winner hosts the loser on their podcast.
That's the thing though. They haven't responded.
Okay.
Do you think they'll respond?
I think if you keep putting it out there,
Yeah, we need
never
to keep
know.
badgering them, huh?
I think they'd respond to the
I think
Oklahoma
we need
drill
to be.
before the
I think we
truck
need to be
racing.
more flagrant. We weren't enough. We need to like push more buttons.
As
You want me to give it a go?
whatever that go looks like.
All right. Here's the thing, because they said we're copying them, right?
Yeah.
So here's my take. Number one, we're not, because we're better.
All right.
Number two, the second iteration of something is oftentimes better.
Uber to Lyft.
Was Lyft first? No. That's not. Uber is better than Lyft.
So I mean, technically it's like Lyft to Uber. But no, technically it's Lyft to Uber. I just said Uber to Lyft, right? Like first.
I was trying to find examples. in my
MySpace
head.
and Facebook.
There you go. Boom.
Go Harvard. Shout out.
Yeah.
There we go.
And so they're the first. They were working out the kinks, and they're good. Don't get me wrong. They have some views here and there.
They have a lot of views.
They have a fan base. They have a Barstool contract.
People
whatever.
wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
and
they got
But-
merch
watch them.
too, by the way.
They got merch.
We're-
We
yeah.
need merch.
Yeah, we do.
We definitely need to get merch.
We're not doing a good job selling this, are we?
No.
But anyways, second iteration, momentum, so much better than Bussin' with the Boys. Not even close. Better guests, Brad Kaaya. They haven't had anyone close to Brad. Not even close.
Have they?
Have they? I don't know. I haven't.
They haven't. That's the thing. Better content.
Don't go on their pod.
I don't know. I haven't. Yeah.
So we can just continue to say that statement.
I usually listen to Joe Rogan. That's like my go-to.
Yeah,
That's your
I'm
boy,
a
right?
huge Joe Rogan guy.
Joe Rogan and Crime
Huge.
Junkies is another one. That's
What attracts people to Joe Rogan? Like, what's his deal?
Man,
He can just talk forever
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
He can relate to everyone
Anybody,
on every
yeah.
level.
But like people listen to him for hours,
yes.
and that's what I'm so confused by, because like you have so much time that you can spend in your day listening, and for you this is
Yeah.
probably really important, right? Like you want to attract eyeballs and
Yeah.
ears, and you only have like a finite amount of time that you can track. Like, what's the draw?
I think he's just really good at being sensible on everything. Like he's unbiased and he just gives it to you raw. Like he's just like he doesn't have any agenda. It's just like let me be sensible and relate with people and speak my opinion. And I think people at this time, especially over the past year or two, that's what a lot of people seem to want.
I think he speaks to what a lot of people think but are scared to say also as well. And like a PC
That's a
culture.
Because he's got a lot of money.
Well,
Yeah, he
He
covers
had a lot of money.
controversial topics. I mean, there's
Yeah.
people out there who want Joe Rogan to fucking run for president kind of thing.
yeah.
So like,
yeah.
Wow.
It's-
yeah,
it's a
some
crazy
next level
platform.
shit.
Well, he
Wow.
made Andrew Yang too. Like he takes obscure candidates who have like crazy policies at the time, and makes them mainstream. Like Andrew Yang might very well be the mayor of New York this coming election, and nobody knew who he was. 8 months ago? That's a crazy platform. Like Elon Musk, he's been on
that's
2-3
a good one.
times.
He had Marcus Luttrell, the lone survivor.
Oh wow, I haven't seen
Navy
that.
SEAL. Which
yeah.
I listened to
Wow.
on the way here. Really,
Oh,
really
really?
interesting. I mean, just listening to Marcus give that like whole like recall of like that whole lone survivor scenario. I was just like, I had anxiety listening to it.
Wow.
So I can't imagine what he was going through.
And I mean, he's literally been doing it for a decade. They have over
Yeah.
1,500
It's like
episodes.
the Podfather. Like he kind of started.
Oh,
it.
bro,
So
if
it's
we
like
got to
first mover
1,500
advantage.
episodes, people are talking about us like that.
Run for president.
This guy,
too.
yeah,
Same
Justice
ticket.
got to run for president. Like Mo's got to be his vice president. Or I can be your vice. You can be my.
Dude, wait. On the Navy SEAL train, do you know David Goggins? Have you listened to that episode?
David Goggins. Wait,
I met that dude.
name is David Goggins. Yeah, they were talking about him actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, that was like-
Dude, that
I
guy's
his own
insane.
piss.
But yeah.
And you've met him, right?
Yeah, I met
He
him.
gave a talk alongside Goggins, kind of.
Did you guys have that when you were at Vanderbilt, or even here? Did you guys have that that Navy SEAL like training where those guys would come in and do like the at
Oh,
Miami?
we actually didn't
had it
have.
2
Yeah,
years
we
in a
didn't have
row.
that. Do you
They-
guys have that?
They never came in, but they've done
Okay.
like Zoom calls with us, and they talked to
Okay.
us about like toughness and whatever. all that.
Okay, I gotcha.
But you guys did actual
We had
training,
like
Navy
actual,
SEAL
like,
training.
we have like a week where we just like
Wow.
they just kick our ass. Like we
Was
go
it
out-
really tough?
It was really intense. Like there was a moment. I'm not even like gonna over exaggerate. Like where I thought I was gonna drown. Like
What?
drop
You guys
you
were
in
in
the
the
water. Drop you in the water with like.
Don't say
like-
weights.
No, not weights, but like you'd wear like a 4XL, like a bunch of 4XL hoodies, and you'd have to like take them off underwater and like give them to like a teammate and like swap hoodies underwater.
Bro, there's people who can't
And,
swim
like,
though.
That's yeah. Some guys had to just like hold on to the side.
I was gonna say,
and just, like-
especially in the
right.
yeah,
I know what you're gonna say.
in the African American
Um,
culture,
But then
we
they,
have a hard time swimming.
we also had to do this like this thing where we have to get these rafts and float it and paddle out into like the bay and do like this actual like Navy SEAL training. And like
Wow.
as a quarterback, I had to like lead one of these drills.
Oh, they
At, like,
probably were
2
on
a.m.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah,
Being the quarterback in that situation.
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
How'd you feel about it though?
It was. I mean, it was like really, honestly, like really intense. Like to do, especially at 3 in the morning. Like literally, like we were there at 3 a.m. on the bay. But afterwards, I felt very, I don't know, very accomplished after. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure it translated to wins or losses, but
Well, did you?
Well,
feel,
we know it didn't, but
did it feel like it made you closer to your teammates though?
I guess like it made us close in the sense that like we were just like, yo, this fucking sucks, but at least
Yeah.
we're in this together.
Dude,
well,
I
honestly,
got
that's
that.
a
We
way of
embrace the
that's a
suck.
way of bonding.
They have it
though.
down to
Yeah.
a science though. They do it
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
purpose because
Mhm.
there's something about just doing very difficult things with people and it just makes you so close.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
freshman year, I don't know if you guys ever did that, but we had a redshirt program where you didn't redshirt, but
Mhm.
I redshirted my freshman year, and they
Okay.
would just purposely make the most difficult
Right.
exercises possible, and they called it the crucible. And so
Okay, I like
people
that
are
name.
people are passing out cold.
Mhm.
One
Wow.
time they put us in those like rings and like the kind of agility you have to like run through them and kind of bend. And so they would put 2 guys. It would be like, all right, Brad, Justice, and like they call you out like 5 a.m. Like you're still like not even awake. You're kind of like
Yeah.
rubbing your eyes, and they'd be like, all right, like there's no rules. Like first guy out loses, and like you're literally just scrapping, wrestling. And so they just want to see your
Wow.
mentality and like the
Wow.
whole competitive mentality and adversity and that whole thing. And like so that core group of freshmen, like I mean, like those are my brothers for life kind of thing. Like we just went through hell. And so it's kind of on that same Navy SEAL train, but
But at least you don't have to go get shot at and
exactly.
plant
You're not doing that.
explosives under ships and
I
stuff.
know.
Yeah.
That's a good point there. Well, shoot, we're out of wine.
Yeah.
So we might have to wrap it up if we're out of wine.
Yeah.
That's
I'm good on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad, we appreciate you coming on.
man.
So insightful. This has been my favorite podcast.
Dude, I think
Very
it's our
flattering.
best one. Yeah.
I'm
for
blushing
sure.
if you can't tell.
Yeah. He's blushing.
Dude, tell the people where they could find you, like social media wise, all that.
You can just find me on Instagram at Kaaya, at my last name, since it's a very obscure name on there.
That's sick,
Kaaya.
It's kind of sick.
So or Kaaya323 on Twitter. I should have just taken Kaaya on there. I was probably at the time was probably open.
Yeah.
But you know.
Not on TikTok these
Well,
days. Just IG and Twitter.
Well, no, I do go on TikTok. I don't really TikTok, but for some reason my whole algorithm it just gives me like loads of conspiracy theories on there. Just all kinds of
really?
conspiracy theories and like weird historical facts and like
Are you into
all
those
kinds of
stuff?
stuff.
He has to be if his
I mean, it's
algorithm
like
is spitting
I
that.
don't know. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it connects to my phone or my computer because I'm always like, like when I'm writing scripts. If you looked at my history, you'd think I
That
was
would make sense.
I was the biggest weirdo ever. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
all kinds of obscure stuff I look up. So maybe it connects to that. But now it's to the point where it's like I have to shut it off after 20 minutes because I'm gonna end up with the tinfoil hat. And, like yesterday, this guy was on there telling his followers, hey, you gotta eat gum. You have to eat one piece of gum every 7 years, because gum apparently it can't be broken down, and it's like comes from outside of the simulation, and something with aliens. I was like, okay, you know what?
That's too much.
I'm gonna
man.
like turn it off right here, quit while I'm ahead, and just call it a night. You know, so I'm good there.
That's
I'm
how
good
you
there. I'm good.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you, brother.
Yeah,
really
yeah,
appreciate it.
bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.